What is up, guys? It's your boy Brandon Groce, self-taught designer, and today we're going to be talking about the full stack designer and why it is the future. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Brandon Groce. I'm a self-taught designer. I work with brands such as Disney, Dannon, and Huggies. The channel is all about being the best designer you can be and getting paid like you should. So with that, let's get into it. So let me preface before we get into this, because I know there's this I have videos on both being a specified designer and a general designer. And I really just want to draw the line between what I'm going to be talking about here and videos like that on my channel. So what I talk about in being a specialized designer and why that's important is because when you're in, those videos are geared to somebody learning design. If you're learning and starting out, it is of no use to learn multiple skill sets at once. You want to learn one skill set good enough to get in the marketplace, be hireable, and then once you're in there, start working on your T designer skills. And what that means is you're very good at a specific thing, but you also are building out your skills attached to your primary skill set that allow you to be very flexible in the marketplace. So I just need to say that because I do get these questions in my Instagram inboxes, people fighting me over general versus specific. So this is what I mean. When you're learning design, get something down pat and then move on to learn other skill sets that add to your primary skill set that make you more flexible and wanted in the marketplace. So with that said, full stack designer. Full stack designer is a designer who knows how to build front end. They understand how to use and understand HTML and CSS as well as JavaScript. Also, they have very strong UI and UX design skills and understand UX principles. So that is what a full stack designer is. Now, or at least that is what is coined in the marketplace. Somebody that is quote unquote a product designer, somebody who can take on the job of, taking a product from paper to design and then into development. That is what you would call somebody that is a full stack designer or a product designer. So with that said, what does this look like? So with that said, why is this important today? Now this goes in tandem with other important videos that I've had talking about how you learn design as somebody new coming into the market versus somebody that's experienced and now has been in the market for a couple years and has grown their skill set so much they've become the product designer or a full stack designer. So for example, what a timeline of a designer like this would look like is, a couple of years in the first beginning in the industry, they have a specific skill set, whether that be development, starting off with development, starting off as a UX designer, or starting off as a UI designer. So they have one of those three skill sets, and as they move in their journey in the market, they start to develop through their work other skill sets. So let's say start with the UI designer, they start to develop UX skills and lit this like a bunny and even further on into their journey and in their place of just working in the market, they start to develop some front-end development skills. So it's all about the journey and how a full stack designer really is born, is really just starting off with very strong skills in a specific area that get them hired. And then as they're working and through their experience, they tack on other skill sets to their primary skill set to be more valuable to their team, their company, or to their clients. So with that said, the full stack designer is the future and has been, because a full stack designer is just a designer or a developer or etc. that has just tacked on other skills to themselves to help them be more of use in the market and to those they are working for. So yes, the full stack designer is like a lingo we like to use, but this is just a smart person that has a set of skills and that continuously learns what is needed in the market. So for example, I don't like to keep things boxed. So companies and clients like to think of full stack designers as knowing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, very good UI skills and very good UX understanding and principle understanding. That's more of like product designer in my mind. A full stack designer is just in my mind, is somebody that sees what's going on in the market and tacks on skills that sharpen their own primary skill to help them maneuver throughout the market. So for example, this means tacking on and getting very good at things like sales, getting very good at social media, getting very good at news manipulation, very good at marketing, getting in front of people, allowing them to build their own companies and be able to get in front of people with those skills. So with that said, you have the full stack designer that is basically just learning more and more skills as they go down their career. I just wanted to clear that up. Full stack designers are extremely important, and they are the future because they are the ones that are going to outshine those who do not evolve in the marketplace, and those who continuously learn, not just stop at the UI, UX, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The ones who surpass those designers will be coined the full stack designers of the future. So when you're watching this, don't just take for granted that, oh, I just need to learn those 3 skills or those 3 segments of skills, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, UI design, and UX. Because there was a time where, you know, UX was new, where UI was new, and people were hopping into those. And then the people thinking, going, what can I do to differentiate myself from the guys that know just UX, UI, and who develop? And those people, they tacked on new skill sets to more flexible and more in want than those behind them. And now that we were here, people here are like, oh, I'm just gonna add a 3rd skill set to get in front of these people here. And now we're here today with the full stack designer. People who have 3, 4 different skill sets that put them above and at the cutting edge of what we do. So always think ahead, look at the market, what's going on, how can you better yourself for the market of tomorrow. So with that, guys, hope this answers any questions or any confusion about my thoughts on the full stack designer. I believe the full stack designer is always going to be full stack designer, the person or a designer that is always looking at what's going on and tacking on skills to their own skill set that allow them to maneuver past their competition and stay relevant. That's what, to me, a full stack designer is. And what has been, we're just deciding to coin them a specific skill set now and what companies are asking for. I encourage you guys to do is just look at the market, see what's going on, what skill sets do you need to learn to stay relevant always. So with that, guys, drop in the comments what you think about full stack designers. Also, if you guys are on Instagram, definitely comment your username down below. And I love to say hi to you guys on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, even though I am talking to you guys here every day. That's where, you know, my thumbs get to working. So I appreciate that, so I can just say, hey, what's up, and really, you know, just appreciate you. So with that, guys, Groce, self-taught designer, out.